comes as Russia is on the back foot on the battlefield, at least for now.
YouTube.
The Ukrainian
2 minutes,
Minister of
31
Defense
seconds of 18 minutes, 54 seconds. Slider.
from the invader. But the carnage they left is grim. President Zelensky says Russian forces are leaving a total catastrophe as they fall back. They are mining the whole territory, he says. They are mining homes, mining equipment, even the bodies of people who were killed. And there are so many on the street, lying here on the sidewalk, everywhere you look. Human Rights Watch saying tonight they have documented cases of Russian military forces committing laws of war violations against civilians near Chernihiv, Kharkiv, and around the capital. Rape, murder, and other violent acts against people in the Russian forces' custody should be investigated as war crimes, the organization says. In the commuter town of Irpin, once connected to Kyiv by the now infamous bridge, people coming above ground for the first time in weeks. The Russians took our cell phones, Oleg says. It was impossible to get a signal. Mikhail says his father died on March 6th, his nephew on March 11th. He was helping evacuate people, he says, and came under mortar fire. We buried him here. But there is some relative good news out of Mariupol. Ukrainian officials say about 1,200 people were evacuated from the besieged city in private transport, 300 more in buses. Across the country today, Ukrainian officials say 4,217 people were evacuated to safer ground. And elsewhere tonight, Pope Francis traveling to Malta, condemning the war in Ukraine and saying a visit to Kyiv is on the table.
And Molly joins us from Lviv. Molly, what more are we learning about these peace talks?
Jose, the Ukrainians say that Turkish President Erdogan called both leaders yesterday. The talks likely to be in Ankara or Istanbul in the near future. Jose?
Molly Hunter in Lviv, thank you. For Ukrainians who make it across the border, their agonizing journey is only just beginning. Tonight, we get a look at the desperate struggles of refugees trying to get the documents they need to leave for the U.S. It's a wait that in some cases is now almost a year long. Josh Letterman reports from the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw, Poland.
They wait and wait and wait some more, hoping to be among the 100,000 Ukrainian refugees the Biden administration has vowed to take in.
Where are you from?
Kyiv.
Alina and Olya are sisters trying to make it to relatives in New York after life in a war zone became too much.
We're sleeping in bombs, and our babies are so small, so we need to woke up them, get dressed, and run to a more safe place.
The sisters already have U.S. visas, but their 4- and 6-month-old babies do not. The baby's fathers left behind in Ukraine.
If we won't have a babies, we would stay with our husbands. We don't want to live without them.
Everyone in line here has a different story, but they all share one goal: to make it to the United States. What's your biggest fear right now?
That my visa will be declined, she says. This is the third day Americans Anthony and Oksana Errett from Florida have waited in line trying to get a visa for her 84-year-old mother, Hannah.
She's in a wheelchair and a walker, and she's alone, and we have a flight back to the United States in a week, and we can't get an appointment until June 27th, 2022. How is she going to survive?
In countries bordering Ukraine, U.S. embassies are inundated. In Poland, the wait time for a visitor visa appointment is 125 calendar days. In Moldova, at least 10 months.
I have appointment, but in May.
Not everyone with an appointment will get approved. Those with U.S. relatives are more likely to get an immigrant visa. Those applying to come as visitors may get rejected if they can't prove they plan to return. Inside the embassy, Ambassador Mark Brzezinski tells me the U.S. is working to speed up the process.
Right now, a big effort is being made to see which program is applicable and appropriate for which particular refugee and which particular family.
For a lucky few, today's the day.
So how'd it go?
I have a good news. We got visa. Thank you, Embassy. Thank you, USA, that you allowed our babies to come.
Josh Letterman, NBC News, Warsaw.
Russia's war against Ukraine has put the U.S. squarely in the middle of a potential showdown in outer space. The head of Russia's space program is threatening to pause its partnership with American astronauts aboard the International Space Station until sanctions against Russia are lifted. Ann Thompson has a story.
One UI home. Search in pager.
A shining symbol of U.S.-Russia cooperation, the International Space Station has orbited the Earth for 23 years. Tonight, how much longer is in doubt, after the head of Russia's space program linked the project's future to the West's sanctions over the invasion of Ukraine. Dmitry Rogozin posting on social media, "I believe that the restoration of normal relations between ISS partners and other joint project partners will be possible only in the case of full and unconditional lifting of these illegal sanctions." Scott Kelly was a three-time commander of the space station.
Are you surprised by these comments?
I've been aware of Dmitry Rogozin's comments for years. And he often is full of hollow threats and bluster.
Rogozin, a close ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin, with a reputation for outrageous comments, recently saying he'd let the space station fall to Earth, asking who would save it. Elon Musk immediately had a one-word answer: SpaceX. His rocket has taken American astronauts to and from the space station. This new threat comes just days after NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hey returned on a Russian spacecraft. Now there are 3 Americans, 3 Russians, and a German on board.
Crew members can always leave, but the space station, this investment that we've made, billions and billions of dollars.
Investments made by the U.S., Russia, Canada, Japan, and the European Space Agency, including the UK, a high-flying symbol of progress that could be brought down by problems on Earth. Jose?
Ann Thompson, thank you. Now to our series, The Price You Pay. Sticker shock at the supermarket is about to get worse, taking an even bigger chunk of your paycheck, especially for household staples like eggs and poultry. Jesse Kirsch explains why.
Tonight, your food is getting more expensive again.
I have a big family, so yeah, you feel it, and it's frustrating.
U.S. Department of Agriculture says grocery price increases outpaced overall inflation, skyrocketing 8.6% in February year over year and notching a bigger month-to-month bump than dining out.
Now, for 2 people, it's like you're feeding 4 or 5.
And while wages are going up, inflation is moving faster. A growing number of Americans struggling to provide for their families.
I have her and I have a newborn at home, and then the Similac formula, that's a whole nother story. It's crazy. How do they expect for us to feed our babies?
A recent survey found about 1 in 5 American workers are running out of money between paychecks.
Food is getting hit more than other products for one simple reason. Most of our foods are perishable.
The USDA expects food prices to go even higher, at least in part driven by bird flu, already wiping out more than 22 million birds nationwide this year. 11 states had outbreaks just this week as some farmers brace for more.
We're just at the beginning of the migratory season for birds. And so it's likely that we're going to see more cases as we move forward.
The USDA predicts data from March will show poultry prices jumped anywhere from 6 to 7%, with egg prices going up as much as 3.5%.
It's kind of scary to think about that's going to get worse. This is pretty bad already.
Supermarket checkout all the more painful heading into the Passover and Easter holidays with their big family meals and egg hunts approaching.
If you do see products on sale, which has become less pervasive than ever before, buy it, stock up, put things in the freezer because prices are not going to go down.
Right. And Jesse joins us live. Jesse, how is the war in Ukraine factoring into the increase in food prices we're all seeing?
Jose, the USDA expects that conflict to pressure global wheat markets, estimating we could soon see the price of wholesale wheat flour jump as much as 15%. Jose?
Jesse Kirsch, thank you. Up next, the new links. Crooks are going to steal billions from the U.S.
You see? So, these are the things that are happening now.
Voice search.
Here are your results for Google Revelation Chapter 18 King James Version.
Revelation.
I don't think I said Google.
Internet. User notice.
I just want to put some scripture with that. Revelation chapter 18, King James Version, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Okay, talking about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, Babylon, the great is fallen. Okay, is fallen, and is become like habitation of devils and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's what America has become. America has become a place where it's just a wasteland, because everything is set for recyclable bins, basically, because everything we buy, if you don't like it, you send it back. They send it to the garbage dumpster. They don't bother to check it and see if it's proper or not. And then on top of that, everything is designed to be disposable. So whatever you think you have, you don't really have. Even the house that you own, do you really have it? If you miss any payments, you don't have it. Whether it's mortgage payments or tax payments, and then you don't have it. There are different ordinances in place where you have to upkeep your stuff. Verse 2, and he let's see, I think I got it here. Verse 3: For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Talking about America, okay? All nations, because America is a great melting pot of all nations. Here in America, they get all these false philosophies, these many different religions that so many people can be a part of, that it has made things where so many people have so many different belief systems. Now, the Catholic Church want to bring all of their world religions together, okay, but that's only because they can, because all religions were put together by what a belief of their deity to be the one and only true deity, okay, but all religions were put together by Satan, okay, that we know, on the left hand side, okay, and so that's what all of those are residing in lies. Okay, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11, for this cause Yahweh did send a great delusion, a false image, a lie, so that all that they will believe in it will be damned, roughly paraphrasing, slacking. And so that's what we are coming to understanding of. Okay, and verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people. Whose people? My people. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, his people, those that he prayed for, those that he came for, which are the nation of Israel, not the whole world. Okay, in this cosmos. Okay, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Okay, time to come out from amongst her. That meaning coming out from amongst the ways of this wicked land, this land of confusion, not coming out of her and trying to go back over into Israel and Jerusalem. Just coming out of her ways. Okay, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Okay, because during the time of Yahweh's troubles, during the time of lawlessness, America's going to be plagued, left and right. Okay, with many different calamities. Okay, so we're because of the different things that America has done, Esau must pay. He who leadeth in captivity must go into captivity. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. He who killeth with a sword must also be killed with a sword. Okay, this is the patience of the saints. And see, so we patiently in suffering or patiently wait. Okay, but we grow in this, going through the furnace of adversity. Okay, so let's see. For verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Okay, that's right. All that she has done, unto us, putting us through slavery and such harsh living. That was like slow death, until Jake woke up. Okay. Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you. Okay. And double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she had filled to her double. Okay, filled to her double. Okay, I mean doing double unto Esau as he has done unto us during slavery. They had us for 500 years. We're gonna have them for 1,000 years. Okay, in the kingdom. Okay, verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. Okay, because that's what she has deserved. America deserved the great whore that sits upon the beast. Okay, that sits upon which would be the Roman system, which is devised by the so-called white man. Okay, this Roman system that we are under, and the multitude of people, nations and tongues that which are the peoples. Okay, the many nations that are here in America. This is the Babylon city. Okay, and which is also verse what? Which one? And will point give her. For she said in her heart, I set a queen, and America does.
How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
You see, and that's what America sits like, like she's a queen. Okay, and NATO. Being of the beast and the beast system, and the European Union, okay, and the 10 horns, okay, sitting and propping, holding her up, America up, okay, but the time is gonna come when the Lord shall bring in the Medes against thee, okay, and remember the word queen from the Greek and the Hebrew word queen comes from those words, which is queon. In the Greek, the word queen means queon, which means whore, okay? Which means whore, okay? So I set a queen, whore, queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's the way these women act here in the city of Detroit. In the city of Detroit, as well as all throughout America, the 12 tribes of women sit perched high on the system, the beast system that Esau put into place, so these women are able to sit above the man. So the so-called Black, Latino, Native American Indian man. Okay, therefore, and Esau also is starting to receive Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7, receiving the curses reverses back on to Esau. Okay, his woman tripping out on him. Okay, so verse 8. Verse 8, which is, therefore shall her plague come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned. Okay, burned how? By that thermonuclear fire. That thermonuclear fire that's going to be coming through. Once Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai to do the work, come here and to seek his vengeance, okay? And he's gonna be coming, he ain't coming to play. He's coming to take care of business. That's for sure. Okay. Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I come not to bring peace upon the earth. I come not to bring peace, but to bring fire upon the earth. But what would I if it already be kindled? It's already kindled because Yahweh, our Father, visits the earth on a regular basis. Okay, coming out to do his work, his will. Okay, seeing forth that his will is done visiting the earth, bringing forth more calamities, more
Recents button.
more
1. Showing item. Home button. Finder. List. English. YouTube. Showing Samsung keyboard. Home button. Back. Keyboard
bringing
hidden.
forth more
Keyboard.
more freak deaths.
One UI home. Voice.
Here are your results for 2nd Esdras chapter 9 King James
2
Version.
Esdras chapter.
You see, when Yahweh visits the earth, there are certain things that he does. Okay.
Internet.
There's certain things that he bring about. And let's see some of these things that Yahweh brings about. Okay, how about this?
He answered me then, and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
Okay. And he said, and he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently, and diligently, right? Diligently, showing that the calling of our election is assured, being diligent, okay, in measuring the time, okay. And when thou seest part of the sign past, okay, talking about these here prophecies, okay, the prophecies of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which I have told thee, okay. And we learn these things from who? The things that were written in the ancient times were written for our learning. We learn these things from where? The Word, which is Yahushua, okay? From this Word, the living Word of Yahweh, okay, which is Yahushua. And the scriptures is the Spirit of Yahushua in written form, okay? Okay. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High, Yahweh, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, you see, from the very beginning, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, okay? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Because that's what it is. The time has come. Esau is being exposed now. All the different tricks and deceit and deceptions that he has put forth amongst the people is starting to become exposed and revealed now. He's being revealed as the man of perdition. Okay, and the Antichrist thereof, okay, the one to come that has a short time, okay, it is he, okay. If not him, then who? Okay, thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, so we come to understand these things, so we know and remember these things. Okay, as we have seen him and watched him before, from the before times, before now. And all that was before then is being manifested now, right before our eyes. And as prophets now, as hopeful elects now, we're able to see all this that is coming true now in these times. That we're able to see these things and know these are prophecies and calamities and plagues and things thereof that are coming upon the people, and that the people will not be able to resist, will not be able to fight against, protest or anything against, because these are judgments of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakodash. Okay, let's go to the next verse 6, right? Yeah, verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginning in wonder and powerful works, okay, and ending in effects and signs. Because in the end, as Yahweh is wrapping up the end of his movie, this movie that we're living in, it's going to be like the grand finale. And that's just like when they were doing the summertime, when they do the fireworks over the river. And towards the end, they got this great finale where they throw in everything. You know, just boom, 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 bah, 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 all types of flashes, the lights, and all these different things, different colors, all going to the music. Cause like when your house shall come, his music gonna be thunders and lightnings. Okay, we talking about Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, and manifesting in ways and powerful lights is so great and bright. You know what I'm saying? Even the brightness of his coming shall destroy the wicked. You see what I'm saying? Even the brightness of his coming shall destroy the wicked. You see what I'm saying? So hey, who we. Okay. Verse 7. Okay. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape. Okay. Escape what? The calamities. Because those of us of the hopeful elects, we should not be deceived by these great signs and wonders. We're going to know exactly what this is all about, what Yahweh is doing. We're going to we're going to have a greater understanding, a spiritual understanding, okay, and we're going to be in a greater light, okay, and where everybody else is going to be in a greater darkness, utter darkness, okay, and so that's what that is, okay, and by his works. See, because we're going to be putting forth the works. We're going to be putting forth the work, pushing the truth. In here in this world of lies and deceit and deception and foolishness. We're going to be preaching the truth, okay? The truth of the word, okay? Making a sacrifice of the calves of our stammering lips as we magnify the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, reaching out to the other hopeful elects as we push this truth, doing this foolish thing, pushing this truth, called preaching, okay? And as the word here says, it's a foolish thing because we're in a world of lies. Up in the kingdom, that's the truth that's coming down here. The truth coming down to squash and demolish and destroy all these lies and falsehood, okay? Now that's why Yahweh says, I am the truth and the way and the life, okay? And so, let's see, verse, what was still in 7? Let's see. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, having the faith, okay, and keeping the faith, and henceforth is a crown of righteousness laid up for us, okay, not just for us only, but for all those who love his appearance. Okay, 2 Timothy chapter 4, okay, verse 7 and 8, okay. Hereby ye have believed. Hereby ye have believed, okay, have believed, and it is of us to believe by faith and being in the spirit and doing these works that we are saved, okay, and we are under grace right now, Ephesians chapter 2. Verse 8, 9, and 10, right? So, this is something that we're coming to understand. Verse 9, then shall they be in pain, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. You see, there are many that have abused the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Some that have come into the truth and they have fallen off. Some that was had their hands on the plow and let go. Some that they had chosen to went back into the world of the 2/3 and live that life and calling on Jesus, eating pork chop sandwiches, eating pork ribs. Summertime is coming. They want to cut loose and listen to the music and sit back and chill and do their thing. And so, will they be able to do these things?
Internet. Add to bookmarks button.
Will they be able to do these things? And so they're going to have to know these things, come to know these things. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. Okay. Because that's what time it is. Okay? That's what time it is. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Many will say that, Lord, I have done these things in thy name, and the Lord won't even know them. The Lord will say, get away from me. Get away from me, because they do not know him. You got to know him by what? Getting into these scriptures, because throughout the regenerations, we have followed him and we hear his voice. You see, so we know to follow him. Okay. And, verse 10, for such as in their life have, received benefits, have received benefits, and have not known me. Benefits, you know the benefits. You get to wake up each morning, get to be revived, get to have, jobs, paychecks, things go right for you. When here it is, y'all don't even deserve it. When you hear it is, y'all have liberty. When y'all have liberty for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. Verse 11. And they that have loathed my law, the 2/3, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Because right now, y'all here's out here pushing this truth. Many of us on the street corners and in the highways and the byways and the concourse and the main marketplaces and in the hedges, the big hedges and little hedges, pushing this truth. Yet ye have not heard the spiritual music that's been piped out to y'all. And so therefore, the Lord has chosen thee not. Okay. And y'all delight in the things that the Lord delighted not in. Okay. And so, verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain. Okay. The same must know it after death by pain. So after death by pain, all this truth that we've been trying to sing out to y'all, and y'all have not heard it. Y'all ears have been made heavy, your eyes have been made closed, and your minds have been made, your heart of mind has been made thick and fat. Well, y'all cannot even understand what we're saying. Therefore, the same must know it after death by pain. After death by pain, then y'all should know. When y'all appear before the Father, when the angels call y'all up there, then y'all will know. And if we're talking about after death, we're talking about freak deaths, hard deaths, excruciatingly painful deaths, then y'all should know. Once y'all standing before the Father, the truth, then it'll be too late. It'll be too late. It'll be too late. We're going to end it off there. Okay. I want to see if, for sure this recorded.
As screen. Showing items 3 to 5 of 5. As screen recorder.
So,
open drawer button out of list.
If you like my videos, press like, and if you also press subscribe. Okay, this is your Hebrew Israelite brother Mashaba here in the city of Detroit, and we give all praise and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem HaKadosh, and double honor to our apostles and elders who of the great millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elects who are and the Achims and Aquims, okay, that are learning this truth and waiting in the wings for your opportunity to push this truth, okay? And so, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem HaKadosh.
Record button.